This video will contain spoilers related to the Apex Legends lore of Ashe as of content posted October 18th, 2021 or earlier. About 100 years before the present-day Apex games, we have an energy crisis going on in Olympus. This is Horizon's story from the Outlands video. And we have Dr. Reed, who is working under Horizon as her assistant to solve this energy crisis in Olympus. They go out to like deep space-time, essentially, to find a substance called beranthium. Horizon goes in a scout ship to secure the beranthium, sends it back to a main ship where Dr. Reed, who is later Ashe, is in. And Dr. Reed gets the beranthium and then detaches from Horizon's ship, sending Horizon hurling into space and starting her whole time quest. But that's irrelevant for the moment. So then, flash forward in time, Dr. Reed, who is Ashe, returns back to Olympus, beranthium in hand, and we later see in Pathfinder's story that Dr. Reed has no intention of giving the beranthium to the energy crisis. She calls in a mercenary raid to come and steal it and presumably sell it because, money. And it doesn't totally work. The team over at the Olympus lab, that includes Watson's grandma and Pathfinder, they stop her during the process. Dr. Reed gets stabbed through the heart, and the Olympus team blows themselves up to secure the beranthium. Dr. Reed is dispatched to a medical team who goes, yo, there's too much drama to her body. We might be able to save her mind, but it'll mess her up. And then Dr. Reed just screams, just do it. And we see that cut in the most recent teaser. So then, flash forward a few decades after that into the Titanfall 2 timeline, we see Ashe show up as a mercenary simulacrum working under the command of Blisk. She likes money, always has, and she's this really just ruthless, epic character. The boss fight is dope. We end up beating Ashe, and we don't see her for a little bit, and then flash forward to a lore comic featuring Pathfinder and Olympus. This is sometime around Season 7. Pathfinder finds Ashe in a dumpster in Olympus behind Hammond Labs, which is very interesting, very, very plot convenient. But he finds these broken pieces of a robot, reassembles the robot, realizes that it's a female, it doesn't have, memories, and he's like, oh, Robo-girlfriend, and there's, this whole funny interaction between Mirage and Pathfinder and Ashe, and it's hilarious. And she doesn't have any sort of memory, and then Ashe gets a message from Blisk, and she disappears for a little bit, making our Pathfinder sad. Pathfinder doesn't know that this was the Dr. Reed that essentially betrayed him a long ass time ago. Alright, so then flash forward a little bit more in time, sometime around Season 8, Season 9, whenever Arenas happens in Apex. Arenas is a game mode run by Ashe. I guess Blisk wanted her to do it or something. And yeah, Ashe is running Arenas. And then flash forward in time a little bit more, still in the present day Apex games, but more towards the Season 10 side of it now. We have comics that are dropped onto Twitter, 3 of them. And in the first one, Finding a Path, Horizon gets codes from Crypto to wake up Ashe. In the second one, How to Wake Up, Horizon confirms from Revenant that you wake up a simulacrum by reciting codes. And the only reason he was able to wake up without codes is because the medical team that turned him into a simulacrum forgot to block his brain, but Ashe's brain is blocked. And cautions that waking up a simulacrum traps them in a mental hell. So then in the third comic, You're Not Alone, Revenant actually tries to stop Horizon from waking up Ashe before she can recite her code that'll wake her up, but Horizon is successful in fighting him off and reciting her code. So then Ashe's Season 11 trailer her Stories from the Outlands intro starts with her waking up, and we also see Dr. Reed trapped in the consciousness of Ash bubble up to the surface for a second and ask Horizon to stop Ash. There wasn't really time to apologize for betraying her or anything, and then Ash shoves Dr. Reed back into the depths of her simulacrum brain and confronts Horizon, and there's basically just this face off and this cliffhanger, and it's super cool, and we get a trailer in a few days, and I'm hype, and I've wanted Ash for a long time, since Titanfall 2 and since Season 7, and a lot of us are hyped for Ash, and that's that. It was cool.